Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
You can't always drink crazy niche craft beers. Sometimes you have to have just a macro beer. Maybe it's because you're a little tight in the wallet, or maybe because you just want to have a regular old beer. So what's up, everybody? It's Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. And today I have Busch Beer. But before I get into the beer, I wanted to speak about something here. So there was a restaurant, kind of a restaurant chain in Ohio called Melt. Unfortunately, they just closed their last facility down, but they're selling everything off. And it's right down the street from my house, so I went down there today, picked up this awesome glass I'm going to use, 22-ounce pint glass, pretty hefty, heavy-duty glass. Also picked up a couple of cool tap handles, this A-Inger, Bavarian Pils tap handle, another A-Inger beer, the Celebrator, both pretty cool. Favorite tap handle is the first one I saw and had to have. It's the Old Rasputin, the Russian Imperial Stout, the Mad Monk. Some people say I look like Old Rasputin, and I have dressed up like him for Halloween before. That is just such a super cool tap handle. And I also picked up a pretty crazy picture here. It is a picture of Sam Hain performing at Nellie B's, wherever that is, in 1986. A real young picture of Glenn Danzig performing with Sam Hain. Super cool. Tap handles were $5 each. That picture was $10. This glass was $2. Picked up a couple of I Heart Melt bottle openers. Big ass bottle opener, looks like a guitar pick. Pretty cool. Spent a couple bucks, picked up some cool things. And I get to use the glass for my review here. So, into the beer. Like I said, Busch Beer. You know, sometimes you just don't have the money to be buying those crazy expensive craft beers, but you want a couple beers, and so you go for one of the big boy macro beers. These beers here, 25 fluid ounce Busch Beer. It's from Anheuser-Busch, 4.7% ABV. I don't even know if it lists that on the can. So they don't really put much information on the can here. They do put the, this says 4.3%. Untapped said 4.7. This says 4.3 on the can. Even worse. There's not a whole lot on the can here. Usually these macro beers are serviceable if you're just trying to get drunk. But I can't tell you the last time I had a Busch Beer. This is the regular Busch. I think I've reviewed the Busch Peach way back in the beginning of when I started doing these reviews. But I figured I'll try the Busch Beer. There is a canned on date. And this beer was canned on, if I can read it here, 11th of December, 2024. So it's a pretty fresh beer. I expect this to be corny, adjuncty. I don't know if I'll even like it. But, like I said, once in a while you gotta try these macro beers. On Untapped, this gets a 2.47 with 58,000 check-ins. Beer Advocate, it gets a 51 awful with 1,947 check-ins as of this recording. And so it gets an aggregate score on Beer Advocate of 2.09. A little worse than Untapped. Wow, that is crystal clear. Just smells like beer. Just kind of a generic beer smell. Maybe a little bit of that corn adjunct. But not really much on the nose. Like I said, that is clear, like super crystal clear. You probably see my face right through the glass. Easily a 1 on the SRM chart. About a finger's worth of fizzy, bubbly white head. And I'll probably regret buying a 25 fluid ounce can of this, but let's find out. Here's the cheap beer, everybody. I'm shocked. I'm actually pretty shocked at this one. It's light. It's actually pretty clean. It tastes like just a generic beer in a good way. I mean, it's easy to drink. It's pretty clean. There's no real adjunct flavor there. Not tasting any of that corn adjunct. I know they do brew it with corn. That doesn't come through in the beer. This is surprisingly easy to drink. This is, if I just wanted just a generic, simple beer, I would probably buy this again. This isn't bad at all. I'm really surprised how easy this is to drink, how flavorful this is. But it's not like crazy craft beer flavorful. It's just beer. Simple beer. I mean, it's just beer flavored beer. But it's good. It's nice. There's no off flavors. There's no like corn syrupiness or sweetness or adjunct or anything bad about this beer. It's just beer. And that's surprising. I expected to not like this. I figured this was going to be a crap beer. I figured I'd give it let it play at best. But this is a beer. This is just a good beer flavored beer. And I'd give it a horns up. Busch Beer, I mean, good job there. It's been years and years since I drank this beer. I did not expect to enjoy it. I actually like this beer. This is, as far as just wanting a plain, simple beer flavored beer, you could do much worse than this. When I just want a rack of beers to crush and not sit there and check in on Untapped and do all the nonsense and don't want any crazy flavor, just want beer flavored beer, I'll probably pick up a 30 rack of this. It's not bad beer at all. What do you all think about Busch Beer? I'm sure if you're watching my videos, you've had a Busch or two. If you haven't, go try one. Get one of these big cans, pour it in a glass, and see what you think. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. Hope you're all pleasantly surprised by my video. As always, embrace the adventure.